Have you ever wondered why some women can completely capture a man's mind so deeply that he can't stop thinking about her, while others, no matter how hard they try, simply fade into the background? It's not about looks, charm, or effort. It's about energy. There's a kind of feminine energy that most people never tap into. It's ancient, instinctive, and powerful, like a hidden current running beneath the surface of attraction. Carl Jung called it a collision of souls, something that goes beyond words, logic, or behavior. It's a meeting that awakens forces sleeping deep in the unconscious. When a woman unconsciously embodies this archetype, she becomes the essence of what a man has been searching for, something he can't describe yet feels magnetically drawn to. Men aren't addicted to you as a person. They're addicted to the feeling you create inside them, a woman who's both familiar and mysterious. Gentle yet detached, present yet untouchable. She becomes a spiritual storm, a force that lingers long after she's gone. In this video, we'll explore the 7 hidden layers of feminine energy that awaken a man's primal obsession. Not through appearance or performance, but through the depth of your being. Some of these might surprise you because you've likely carried them all along without realizing it. Stay until the end because the final secret doesn't just make him obsessed, it changes how you see yourself forever. The Anima and the awakening of primal emotion. Inside every man lives an image of a woman he can't put into words. She doesn't come from reality, but from the unconscious, from myth, from stories, from generations of ancestral memory. Carl Jung called her the Anima, the inner feminine soul that lives in every man's psyche. She's not the ideal woman society paints, nor a reflection of his mother or past lovers. She's a collection of emotions, symbols, and sensations. Softness, mystery, depth, and sacredness that he longs for but doesn't yet understand. When a woman enters his life and unknowingly stirs these buried emotions, he feels drawn to her with a force beyond reason. This is the awakening of his primal core, where logic fades and instinct takes over. It's not love at first sight, it's recognition. A recognition that transcends words. When the Anima awakens, Jung said, a man no longer sees a woman as just a person. She becomes a symbol. He doesn't merely love her, he searches for himself through her. That's why such connections feel magnetic but chaotic, because he's not in love with her reality, but with the reflection of his inner soul she brings to life. Women who awaken this in men often share a certain fluidity. They are like water, gentle one moment, bold the next. They shift from calm to intense, from tender to fierce, yet remain authentic in every layer. They live all their emotions fully, vulnerable but never weak, independent yet deeply feeling. They don't chase love because they already have a rich inner world. A man senses this, and something ancient stirs within him. Jung warned that men who don't understand their own anima often fall into obsession or illusion. They project their unconscious desires onto a woman, mistaking that projection for love. That's why some relationships feel destined yet end painfully. Because they're built on reflection, not reality. So how does a woman awaken the anima without trying to manipulate it? By being her whole self. By embracing her contradictions, by refusing to mold herself into society's idea of perfection. Her complexity, not her compliance, is what draws a man to the edge of fascination. And this brings us to the first feminine secret, secret number 1, the power of emotional contrast. Here's a truth few understand. Men aren't addicted to you. They're addicted to the emotions they experience around you. Not the constant smiles, not sweetness, not endless patience, but movement, surprise, and depth. That's what emotional contrast is, the rhythm of highs and lows, warmth and mystery, brightness and silence. Carl Jung compared meeting another soul to a chemical reaction. If there's any spark, both are transformed. But for that reaction to happen, there must be a charge, an emotional current. A woman who is only gentle, only cheerful, only agreeable will soon blend into the background. But a woman who lets herself move through her full emotional range, a quiet mystery one moment, laughter the next, creates an experience that's unforgettable. She doesn't act this way to manipulate. She is this way because she feels deeply alive. Modern psychology confirms this. Unexpected emotional shifts trigger dopamine, the chemical of excitement, desire, and memory. It's the same reason people get hooked on stories, music, or art, because emotion changes shape, and the brain can't look away. Imagine this. You're laughing together, lighthearted, playful. Then suddenly your tone softens. You share something honest, vulnerable, real. He feels it. The air changes. He's intrigued because he's moved. He realizes he hasn't figured you out, and that's exactly what keeps him hooked. Emotional contrast isn't chaos. It's rhythm, the dance of opposites, calm and storm, strength and softness. Jung believed all humans are made of opposites, light and dark, conscious and unconscious, masculine and feminine. When a woman embraces every facet of herself, she becomes the mirror of that balance, and the man feels himself awakening in her presence. She becomes not a puzzle to solve, but an experience to live. In a world where everything is predictable, a woman who brings emotion like a novel, unexpected, layered, alive, becomes unforgettable. Not because she's trying to be different, but because she feels different. When you connect deeply with your emotions, when you're not afraid to feel everything, you don't attract, you awaken. Secret number 2, emotional self-mastery. Emotional contrast draws him in, but emotional self-mastery is what makes him stay. Carl Jung wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." A woman with self-mastery doesn't depend on a man to complete her story. She doesn't need love to confirm her worth. She's already whole before anyone enters her life. She can feel passion, longing, joy, and even heartbreak, but she never loses her center. She keeps her routines, her goals, her growth. She goes to the gym, finishes her projects, learns something new. Not to impress, but to stay true to her own rhythm. That energy, grounded, independent, yet emotionally alive, is magnetic. Modern psychology calls it emotional self-regulation, the ability to feel deeply without letting emotions control your life. Most people rely on others for validation, the text, the compliment, the attention. But the woman with self-mastery doesn't wait for love to make her feel alive. She is life. Jung described this as individuation, the process of becoming your full self, separate from society's expectations. A woman who hasn't yet individuated risks losing herself in love, tying her identity to another's approval. But the individuated woman stands firm. She can love deeply, but she never begs for love. She gives freely, but never at the cost of herself. She can be hurt, but she doesn't crumble. She can miss him, but she still wakes up, still thrives, still moves forward. And that quiet resilience is rare and irresistible. Men instinctively respect what they cannot easily possess. They're drawn to women who know their worth, who can say no without fear, who walk away when something doesn't align. Not out of pride, but from self-respect. Emotional self-mastery protects you from half-hearted love. It filters out those who seek to take and attracts those ready to build. And when a man meets such a woman, he feels something powerful. I can't lose her, because she doesn't need me. She chooses me. That's when attraction transforms into reverence. But what deepens that reverence, what keeps a man endlessly fascinated, is not control or perfection. It's mystery. Secret number 3. Mystery and the allure of space. Let's be clear. Mystery isn't about playing games. It's not pretending to be busy or taking hours to text back just to seem valuable. Those tactics might attract attention for a moment, but they don't sustain true fascination. Real mystery is about space, the space between what you reveal and what you leave untouched. It's about allowing room for a man's imagination to wander, for curiosity to grow. Carl Jung called this projection. When a man doesn't fully understand a woman, his mind fills in the blanks. He projects parts of his unconscious desires, fantasies, and inner longings onto her image. That's why he becomes captivated by someone who seems familiar yet unknown. She awakens a part of his psyche he hasn't met before. It's the reason some men say, "I don't know why I can't stop thinking about her." She didn't say much, didn't overshare, but something about her silence, her restraint, her quiet depth keeps echoing in his mind. Mystery works not by hiding, but by holding. You hold back what is sacred until it's earned. You let people discover you slowly, layer by layer, like a book that reveals new chapters only when the reader is ready. Here's a real-world example. If a man asks about your past relationships, instead of spilling every detail, you can say calmly, "That's something I share when I feel safe and truly connected." It's not defensive, it's dignified. You're not closing off, you're showing that your heart has gates, not walls. Behavioral psychology calls this the Zeigarnik effect, the human tendency to remember unfinished, unresolved experiences more vividly than completed ones. The less he knows, the more he wonders. And the more he wonders, the more emotionally invested he becomes. When everything about you is clear and instantly available, there's no room left for imagination. He may respect your honesty, but the mystery, the magnetism fades. Remember, real mystery isn't about creating confusion. It's about honoring your depth. You don't tell your entire story to everyone who asks, not because you're playing hard to get, but because your story is precious, babe. It deserves the right audience and the right moment. The result? The men who are shallow will leave. The ones who crave depth will stay and dig deeper. Mystery becomes the natural filter between fleeting attention and genuine devotion. When Jung said that mystery must be experienced, not explained, he meant that the truest forms of attraction can't be analyzed. They must be felt. You don't need to be decoded. You need to be explored, and only those willing to travel that path deserve to discover what lies within you. Secret number 4, finding joy in yourself. But even mystery is only half the picture. The other half is light, the inner radiance that comes from genuinely loving your own life. Because the most magnetic energy a woman can carry is contentment with her own existence. A man may admire your mystery, but he falls in love when he sees that your happiness doesn't depend on him. You have a world of your own, vibrant, alive, and beautiful, and he's simply invited into it. Jung once said, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. When you reach that point, when you stop seeking external approval and start fully embracing who you are, something changes. Your energy becomes effortless. You stop trying to be interesting and simply are. That's the paradox of attraction. The less you chase, the more you attract. The less you seek validation, the more validating your presence becomes. Self-amusement isn't about indifference or arrogance. It's about aliveness. It's singing while you cook dinner, laughing at your own mistakes, walking alone in the evening and actually enjoying the suns. It's doing things not for an audience, but for yourself. This energy, light, playful, authentic, draws people in because it feels rare. Most of us are tense, trying to control how we're perceived. A woman who can relax and enjoy life without performance creates a sense of peace. Men feel that. They breathe easier around such a woman. And here's the beautiful irony. When you stop trying to make someone laugh, that's when they laugh the most. When you stop trying to be adored, that's when admiration grows. Psychologists call this non-reactive attraction, the power of someone who radiates joy without effort. She doesn't overcompensate. She simply exists in harmony with herself. Jung also wrote that nothing has a stronger influence psychologically than the unlived life of a parent. The same truth extends to relationships. Nothing captivates more than the energy of a person living a fully lived life. A man may be drawn to your looks, but he becomes enchanted by the way you live. How you laugh at silly jokes, how you light up when you talk about something you love, how you move through the world with curiosity. When you live that way, you don't become just a partner. You become a presence. Self-joy doesn't come from perfection. It comes from permission. Permission to enjoy, to fail, to be quiet, to be playful, to be human. And that freedom is addictive. Because a woman who can find joy in herself gives off the energy that every man secretly craves. She doesn't need me, but she still chooses to share her world with me. And in that choice lies true power. Secret number 5, being fully present in every moment. Even the most radiant, self-contained joy can't touch others deeply if it doesn't translate into connection. So the next secret is presence. Being fully there with someone. Not half listening, not glancing at your phone, not preparing your next line while they talk, but listening deeply, fully, attentively. When you're with someone, are you truly there? Or are you half in your own thoughts, half in your phone, half in tomorrow? Carl Jung said that true self-awareness means not escaping reality but dwelling in it. When you practice full presence, you create something almost sacred. The feeling of being seen. Men often don't need solutions. They need space to be. When he talks about his stress, his fears, his insecurities, he's not asking for advice. He's asking for understanding. If you rush to fix or relate, you break that emotional bridge. But if you listen quietly, nod, and hold space, something beautiful happens. He relaxes, he feels safe. Not judged, not corrected, just felt. Psychologists call this empathic resonance, the invisible synchronization that happens when two people share emotional energy. It's rare. That's why it's unforgettable. A woman who's truly present gives off the energy of grounding. Around her, people breathe deeper. They talk slower. They show their real selves. That kind of connection doesn't come from charm. It comes from stillness. It's not what you say. It's the space between your words. It's the way your eyes soften when you listen, the way you don't rush to fill silence, the way you simply exist with him. When a man feels that kind of presence, it touches something deep inside him. It's not just attraction. It's home. He can meet dozens of women, but the one who makes him feel at ease in his own soul, that's the one he remembers. Presence is not performance. It's the courage to stay still, to let silence breathe, to let another person unfold at their own pace. When Jung said that the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances, this is what he meant. Presence is the moment of reaction, the fusion that transforms both. A truly present woman doesn't need to control the conversation. She allows connection to emerge naturally, and through that quiet strength, she becomes unforgettable. Secret number 6, strategic scarcity. When a woman has mastered presence, when she's fully there, listening, feeling, being, she leaves a lasting impression. But what happens when she's not there? What does a man feel after the moment ends? That's where one of the most powerful psychological principles comes in. Strategic scarcity. In simple terms, people don't crave what they constantly have. They crave what they can almost touch but never fully possess. This isn't about manipulation. It's about value awareness. In psychology, this is called the scarcity bias, the human tendency to assign higher value to things that are rare, unpredictable, or uncertain. Carl Jung described the mind as a pendulum swinging between sense and nonsense, not right and wrong. The point is, we are driven not by logic, but by curiosity, by wonder, by the things that stir our imagination. That's why it's the unpredictable woman, not the always available one, who lingers in a man's thoughts. But strategic scarcity doesn't mean ignoring him or withholding affection to play hard to get. It means not centering your world around his presence. It's knowing that your time and energy are sacred and not everyone earns unlimited access. Here's a real-life example. It's Saturday morning. You've had a long week and you've planned yoga, brunch with friends, and an afternoon of quiet reading. Then his text appears. "Hey, wanna hang out this morning?" You might want to see him, but instead of dropping everything, you smile and reply, "I've got plans this morning, how about later this afternoon?" That moment, where you choose yourself first, creates subtle but powerful respect. He may feel a flicker of disappointment, but it quickly transforms into admiration. You've shown him your time is valuable, and that he must earn his place in it. Strategic scarcity is about rhythm. Sometimes you're fully present, sometimes you're busy with your own world. Some days you text often, other days you disappear into your passions. It's not a game, it's balance. When you give someone constant access, they stop seeing your value. When you protect your energy, they start investing theirs. Behavioral psychology shows that emotional investment creates attachment. The more effort someone puts in, the more they value what they receive. If you're always the one to text first, always available, always accommodating, you rob the other person of their chance to invest. But when you leave small spaces, tiny moments of absence, silence, or delay, you awaken their instinct to reach out, to bridge that space, to chase. Jung said, "What we do not bring to consciousness appears in our lives as fate." If you fear abandonment, you might unconsciously overgive, overchase, overstay, but in doing so you become too predictable, too easy, too constant, and constancy without rhythm breeds numbness. Strategic scarcity restores balance. It says, "I'm here, but I'm not yours to control. You can't be fully possessed," and that's what keeps the connection alive. Because the truth is, a man values what he has to keep earning. Secret number 7, giving a man the opportunity to show up. Now that you've mastered space, let's talk about something even more magnetic: inviting action. Here's the paradox of attachment. We don't value what comes easy. We value what we build, and love, at its deepest level, needs space for both people to contribute. So many women give too much, too soon, guiding, fixing, initiating, holding everything together. It comes from love, but it takes away one crucial thing: the man's ability to invest. When he doesn't get to give, to protect, to show up, he feels unnecessary. And when he feels unnecessary, he disconnects. In behavioral psychology, this is known as the IKEA effect. People value what they build with their own hands. Emotionally, the same applies. A man values the relationship he builds with you, not the one handed to him. That's why the most powerful women in love don't overgive. They receive. They let a man open the door, plan the date, offer comfort. Not because they can't do it themselves, but because they understand the energy exchange of giving and receiving. When you allow someone to show up for you, they become invested in you. When you always do everything alone, never needing help, never accepting support, you deny them that opportunity to connect through contribution. True feminine power doesn't mean independence that rejects help. It means sovereignty that chooses when to receive. And when you do, something profound happens. He feels valuable in your world, not because you need him, but because you allow him to matter. That's the energy that creates emotional bonding. When his effort becomes part of your shared story, a man falls for the woman who makes him feel like the best version of himself. Not because she praises him excessively, but because her presence draws out his strength, his focus, his capacity to care. In the end, the goal isn't to make him obsessed, it's to inspire growth. When he's with you, he doesn't just love you, he loves who he becomes because of you. That's the kind of connection that endures even through silence, distance, or time. Conclusion: the uncatchable light. Imagine yourself as a quiet, ancient forest, untouched, radiant, self-contained. You don't beg the world to notice your beauty. You are beauty, and those who enter can feel it. You don't chase validation because your worth is already rooted in your essence. You don't need to prove, perform, or explain. You simply are. Carl Jung once wrote, "Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart." When you live from the inside out, not from approval, not from fear, you stop needing to learn attraction. You become attraction itself. Because the woman who understands herself is the woman the world remembers. She's the wind you can't catch, the light you can't hold, yet once you feel her, you never forget. So if these words resonate with you, take a breath and ask yourself, am I ready to embark on the path of truly understanding myself and awakening the wholeness within? If you are, then your journey has already begun. Subscribe, stay connected, and keep walking toward your most radiant self. Because the deepest love you'll ever experience is the one that begins within you.